Hey, how's it going, everybody? Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com, and welcome to the update for Sunday's card, January 28th, 2024. Free play coming up in just a moment in the in the late game in the NFL. That would be, of course, the Lions and the Niners. I've got a 7-unit play going on today's card in the NFL. That, of course, the battle in the early contest, 3 p.m. Eastern, between the Chiefs and the Ravens. You can grab it on my homepage at Doc Sports right now if you want to join me and jump on board. Last week, I sweep in the NFL postseason with the Ravens and the Lions. My overall NFL run currently stands at 429 and 299. That's 59%, and that's a long-term run in pro football. My top play run is at 158 and 107, up over $20,700. Now that's going into Saturday's 7-unit play in college basketball. I'm cutting this video at 6 p.m. Eastern, and that game tips at 7 p.m. Eastern, so we'll update the records Sunday night, Monday morning on our next video. However, having said that, we do have the 7-unit play going on Sunday between the Chiefs and the Ravens, and again, that's on my homepage at DocSports.com. Also might throw in we're going to look at some of the props that haven't moved too much, and we might throw in a daily prop for Sunday's NFL, which would be available Sunday morning on my homepage. So you can check that out also if you want to jump on board. But again, the star of the show for me, NFL 7-unit play, goes at 3 p.m. Eastern, available now. And again, on that 158 and 107 top play run. Let's get to the free play for today. It's the Lions at the Niners. Currently at 6 p.m. Eastern, most of the books, like 75, 80% of them, have the Niners laying 7 in this one. There's a few that have 7.5. So depending on the side you're on, be sure to shop around for this one. But I like the Niners here. I tell you, I look at that Lions defense, and if you go back, and you can find this, on the web just about anywhere, people talking about this kind of stuff, but each of the last 5 Detroit opponents have had at least 4 scoring drives in those games. That's a lot, obviously. 10 of the last 11 opponents have scored at least 20 points, with an average of 26 points per game in those contests. And check out that pass defense. I went back, I looked at the last 5 quarterbacks that the Detroit defense has faced. They've completed 66% of their passes against Detroit, over 370 passing yards, 9.6 yards per pass. They played the Vikings a couple of times late in the season. Nick Mullins in 2 games against Detroit, he combined to throw for more than 800 yards on over 10 yards per pass. I know Brock Purdy makes some tough reads once in a while, makes some bad reads once in a while. We saw it last week against Green Bay, and the Packers didn't take advantage. But I think that's yet another game of experience now for Purdy in the postseason, and I think they'll have a good game plan for him against this leaky Detroit defense. CMC on the ground, Debo's expected to play, Brandon Ayuk's out there. That's a lot of firepower against a shaky defense. Went back and looked at last week, Tampa Bay, Mike Evans, 147 yards against Detroit. Before that, the Rams, Nakua, 181 yards against the Lions. And I went back to that last Minnesota game for Detroit. Even Jefferson caught for 197 yards in that game. So I just think it's a tough game on the Detroit defense. Free play, San Francisco, -7 over the Lions on Sunday. And again, if you want to jump on board, my 7-unit main event in the NFL is the early game on Sunday. It's on my homepage right now at DocSports.com. All right, if you like the videos, click on the thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. I'm Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Let's put them in the win column, everybody.